and it was the SWAT, and they had broken in, and they threw this family member to the floor. Like, this family member landed on their stomach and whatnot, and the SWAT dude, he had his knees on this individual's back really hard. This individual was trying to escape, and he took this person's hands and put handcuffs on them. Okay, it's your estate, it's your home that they've been trying to keep hidden from you. When these people are arrested, they're going to claim that they were like undiagnosed schizophrenic. This is going to be on the Channel 7 News. This is right here going to be on the news. Toil and labor going to be in that prison, toiling and laboring. I've always been giving you that. So last night, I had a dream that I was talking to a family member, and in the dream, we were just casually talking, we were speaking, and then there was this loud crashing noise, and I remember I jumped up, and it was the SWAT, and they had broken in, and they threw this family member to the floor. Like, this family member landed on their stomach and whatnot, and the SWAT dude, he had his knees on this individual's back really hard. This individual was trying to escape, and he took this person's hands and put handcuffs on them. And I remember in the dream, I was like hysterical, and I was like, you see, the orb just flew. And I remember in the dream, please excuse the water. I just drank water. I was like, I gotta get this download. I gotta, my mouth felt dry, so I was like, let me hydrate and then let me get this read going, because it's like 10:30. I got up at 8. But I remember in the dream, I was like hysterical. I was like panicking. I was like, what's going on? What's happening? Like, what did you do? I was screaming to the family member, like, what did you do? What were you doing? What happened? And I kid you not, this family member, their face turned all like evil and contorted, and they started screaming at me, shut the F up, shut up, screaming like, like, and I was just like, wow. I couldn't believe it. Like, this individual, I was showing genuine care, and, and that's how they're gonna, like, it looked like they wanted to unalive me. The way they were looking at me as they were being arrested on the ground, it looked like almost like they were blaming it on me. And I was just like, what I got from that dream is that somebody's family is about to be arrested. This came up in a previous reading. So if you haven't watched that, you may want to watch that previous read. I think it was like FBI preparing to arrest somebody's family or something for stealing inheritance. But for me to have that dream, my dreams have been so like congruent with like world events and everything that's been happening as of late. And for them to give me that dream, I really feel like the time is very, very close. It's very close. And then the dream switched, and it showed me living in a whole different state, a whole different city, far away from the rest of my family, the rest of the community, and I was protesting Trump. But that's a whole, like, I was walking with a bunch of people and we were all protesting in DC. So I don't know, like, what I got was that I was living elsewhere and I had cut off everyone, or I had put a lot of distance with everyone. I don't know. But we're gonna get into this. Let's see what this is about. Let's talk about this, spirit, because I feel like a lot of my dreams have been congruent with what's happening. Look, literally shuffling the deck, and it's going to end up back on this imprisonment card. I'm telling you, I feel like my dreams have been running parallel to reality as of late. A bunch of cards fell. Look, this community, you see? This community, it's either community or family members, but they know about this stolen inheritance. They know about it, okay? I'm sorry if I'm talking funny. I've been wearing my retainer. My teeth are shifting, so if I have like a funny voice or if I'm pronouncing things weird, that's why, I'm sorry, y'all, but the show must go on. These people getting caught up for stealing your inheritance, stealing your land, your estate, okay? It's your estate, it's your home that they've been trying to keep hidden from you. They've been trying to, maybe they even stole it from you, could have falsified documents, pretended to be you and whatnot at court, and then went on their merry way. Maybe they got a look-alike, again, could have pretended to be like you. They could have gotten a copycat of you and whatnot, pretended to be you, had a fake license and everything, and went to that courthouse and claimed an estate that wasn't theirs. And this community knows, or these family members, it could be several family members, or it could just be the community. This community, this town knows what this family member or these family members did to steal y'all's inheritance. Pathway. Notice how there's a light at the end of the path. I feel like everything is getting ready to be illuminated. Everything's getting ready to be brought to light. Everything has to be brought to the light. That's what I'm getting with this, that everything has to be exposed. It has to be like God is demanding judgment, demanding that this be brought to the surface once and for all. You have expectation. I feel like a woman was involved in this. I feel like a woman was involved in this, and she was the mastermind behind this, but this man or this woman that's being arrested, they're the ones that's taking the blame at first. Thoughts, distant horizons, bad health, main female. When these people are arrested, they're going to claim that they were like undiagnosed schizophrenic, undiagnosed autist or something. Like they're going to claim that they were off in some type of dreamland, that they had some type of undiagnosed mental illness and that they turned for help, that they were always denied help, and their mental illness went untreated all these years. Like that's what these people are going to claim, that they called, I heard addiction, so maybe they called like an addiction center multiple times and begged for help. Maybe they have this on phone recording. Who knows? But that's what their argument is going to be in court. They're going to claim that they were not under healthy mental mind, that they were under some type of mental illness. I heard bipolar, so they could be claiming that they had undiagnosed, untreated bipolar with schizophrenia, that it worsened over the years. They didn't have insurance, or they didn't know who to turn to for help, or some ish. But this individual don't have nothing. They're a demon. Like that's just what it is. They didn't have nothing. They're just evil. Like they wanted that free housing. They wanted that estate, your estate. They were mad that it wasn't in their name. They felt some type of way. These people, they want that for themselves, because they have never, the way that individual was screaming at me and the way they were looking at me, that was the moment I realized this individual has never given an F about me. And that's what you need to hear here. This person has never given an F about you. They have never liked you. They have always plotted and schemed against you behind the scenes. They have always been giving you that evil eye, and they have never once cared for your safety or well-being. They only played a role whenever you needed help. This individual in the back of their mind, they're like, oh, here we go, this bum again, this weirdo, this loser, like that's what they would be thinking. Like, or this bitch again, here we go with them. Like, why do I have to deal with this person? I cannot wait to be rid of this person, this individual. Like, this is what they would think about y'all. Just very, very karmic, very dark, feeling like they are so above you and you're some type of subhuman. But you know what? F this person and F these people. This family, these community, whoever was involved, one by one, they're all going to go down. And I promise you that. They're all going to feel the heat. They're all going to feel the pressure. Okay, because there's no excuse to be hating on a random person. We should all strive for respect and love of each other. As hard as it may be, that is the first step in spiritual enlightenment. The respect we give others should be given to ourselves as well. No one should be made to feel less than or viewed as subhuman. No one should be made to no one should be made to feel inaccurate just because of somebody's demented insecurities, demented way of thinking. Because this is somebody that's demented. That's just what it is. They're a demon straight from hell, and that's why they don't have any empathy or care in the world. This energy, these people, let me tell you something. These people or this family member, they're worse than the reptilians, than the evil gray aliens, than the fallen angels, because at least, like the reptilians, at least they're going to tell you they hate your guts, but they will work with you to achieve a goal, to achieve a common cause. Same with the fallen angels. The fallen angels will work with you. They hate your guts. And, but they tell you straight to your face that they don't like you, that they are jealous of you, jealous of the love and the spirit that God has blessed you with. But they'll still work with you. They're still willing to, show some maturity, some class. But this family member, these family members, this community, they have nothing. They are hateful. Hateful is the only term you can use to describe these individuals. They're hate. And these are the people, the reptilians, the fallen angels, the demons like to work with. They like to work with a loose cannon, such as this, because this is a loose cannon. Their ego cannot accept that somebody like you has this money left to them, has this house, this estate. Their ego cannot accept it. Their identity is their ego. And their ego tells them that they are better than you, they are above you, and that they should be the ones with this property, this money, not you. So it's all from the self, the ego self. But it don't matter because they're going to be arrested soon. Yeah, marriage, message of concern. So there was also a hidden marriage, a fake marriage certificates. This is going to be on the Channel 7 News. This is right here going to be on the news. So you may have to contact when this starts to come up because this is some type of scandal. But when this comes up, you know, if you don't want your face being shown, you may have to contact the TV network and whatnot and tell them that you would like to remain anonymous, that you will share, comments, but that you want to remain anonymous and whatnot. Because for some of you, this is about to be like on the news. This is about to be making headlines and appearing in the paper and whatnot. Okay, some of you, it really is going to be like that, that this ish appears on the news. It's going to be like a big scandal. Fake marriage. Somebody here got married, but it's a fake marriage certificate, or it's not real. This a whole scandal. Some of you, this could be a sibling that got quote unquote married, but the whole thing was fake or staged. It wasn't actually real. You have never seen the marriage certificate. That's the thing. For some of you, you know, somebody in the family could have said they got married, but you have never seen the marriage certification. These people never showed it to you. Like, look, here's our marriage certificate and whatnot. Or if it did, it looked fake. It looked like tacky. It looked like it was printed out from a printer at the home, with that printer paper that you can get at the dollar store, right? Like, if they showed you a certificate, it looked tacky and fake. Like, somebody here faked a whole marriage, and they've been filing jointly to get some type of tax benefit or some ish. This is so, like, individuals about to be going down, 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 down the drain, tumbling down. This card wants to fly out. Yeah, message and wealthy man. And thief. The thief. You see, you're going to know everyone that was involved in this. You're going to have all the names. Every single person that was involved in this crime against y'all will be exposed, not just to you, but to the community and to maybe the city and state, maybe even to the world. It will be exposed, the thievery, the theft that occurred here with something that a man, confirmation, a YouTube comment, a man that had left you this, that has sent you mail after mail, notice after notice, perhaps when you were a child, or perhaps when you were younger, and it was kept hidden. These people plotted, keep it quiet, don't tell the collective nothing, like, they don't deserve this ish. It was a man. It was a man that had left you this estate, confirmation, YouTube comment. He left you this. He's been dying for you to receive this. I feel like this man is dead. I feel like this man, this wealthy man that left you this, I feel like he's dead. Like, he's been dead for several years now. But he's been imploring the spiritual realm that justice be served, that you get what he left you, what's rightfully yours. Some of you is multiple properties. So the thief, here we go with the thief. Toil and labor, going to be in that prison, toiling and laboring because of the foolishness, the recklessness, because they didn't want to accept that you had this. They wanted to see you homeless on the side of the street, and then they were going to celebrate at the club. The whole town, the whole community was going to be celebrating, dancing until 3 or 5 a.m. every single night, celebrating that you were homeless, that you were defeated. They were going to be popping bottles and dancing like we finally defeated the collective. Love, what was that for? So let's look at the tarot. Let's look at the tarot. Anything else that Spirit has to say? It's all about to be exposed. The Tower, I'm telling you, the Tower and the Hierophant could be a Taurus that stole this 7 of Swords. About to be locked up in the 9 of Wands. It's over. It's over, and the SWAT team is going to break in The same way that they broke in my dream and they flung this person. They flung this person so hard, y'all, when I tell you, it was not like WWE. It was like a real, like they slung this person. This person went flying on the ground, and then they dug that knee right into this individual's low back and held them, pinned them down, and put the handcuffs. Like they were doing. The video literally just stopped recording. You cannot make this up. In that dream, this individual got slung and they got the knee to their back. They were being held, and the handcuffs got put on them. They couldn't even fight back. It all happened so fast. There was no chance. There was no, like, all out of nowhere. The SWAT just broke in there. Broke in I was panicking. I was like, what is this? What's going on? Like, is this like an attack? Then I seen this individual in all black combat. Okay, a SWAT officer, all black, the boots, the vest, the helmet, the visor thingy, whatever, the scarf to cover, and had the peels, they're gonna arrest this individual. So don't be surprised when you hear that this energy done got arrested, done got caught up. Because they're still out here committing crimes. They're still out here, they're dealing. They're doing, selling stuff on the market, perhaps using the dark web. I mean, this is a sociopath. And their era is surely at its end. Any final messages? The SWAT's coming, I'm telling you. They coming. Hermit, Knight of Pentacles. I feel like it's just a huge shock because, we can see this stuff in the tarot, but then, like, when it actually happens, when we finally see it with our own two eyes, like, this is real. They really did plot and scheme on us. It's like, wow. It's a disbelief, like, especially if this is family, especially if this was multiple people in the community, it's like a huge disbelief. It's a shock. When you have done nothing wrong to these people, but this is how they do you. This is how they betray you. A spirit says that's the truth, Ace of Swords, but the truth has to come to light, even if it's painful. High Priestess and the Ten of Wands. Spirit has seen your toil and labor, and that wasn't what was planned for you or destined for you this lifetime. That wasn't what was in the cards. You weren't supposed to be having to worry or struggle. You were supposed to be focusing on your spirituality and your ascension. And that energy would have ended up helping the planet evolve, transcend its current limitations. That's what you were supposed to be doing. But because you never received what was yours, you have been boggled down, having to work, having to slave away for pennies on the dollar, or having to try to get the biggest opportunity you can to make sure you're set for life. You could be wanting abundance, stability, and structure, but it's not because you want it, because you need it. It's because that was already owed for you. That was already owed towards you. You were already supposed to have that from the beginning, since you were a child. And energies were out here playing, they were trying to play like they were Bonnie and Clyde. They thought they were like, the villain or something. From Marvel, from the DC comics, they felt like they were the supervillain. They were getting too ahead of themselves. So that's why you have had to work very hard all your life, or you had to struggle to get to where you are. You had to build yourself up to get everything that you have now. Because your spirit always knew that you were already supposed to have that. You were already literally supposed to have that. Ten of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. I'm telling you. And this older man, well, he raised an uproar because he's tired of it. You know, this old man in heaven, he's watching this and he's just tired of it. He's rolling in his grave that he's exhausted. He's like, this estate has not been lived in and whatnot. Because this estate, I feel like these people, they left. They left. They left that estate. This estate has been empty for a minute now. These people don't want to. Something they saw spooked them, so they stopped living there, or they stopped spending the weekends there, partying, because that's what some of these people were doing with y'all's estate. That's what some of them were doing. They were going there every weekend, the whole community, the crew, and popping bottles, celebrating, having parties, trashing the place, just trashing it. And even if they left it clean, they trashed it with their stank energy, their nasty energy, that musty energy, decrepit energy, of Ronin is what they all are. But it's going to be given to you. You're going to get the message in the mail. You're going to get official documents and whatnot. You could also be getting a court summon. You could be getting summoned to court. Yeah, but you're going to see or you're going to hear, that the SWAT done arrested this family that stole your inheritance. And that's how the cookie crumbles. That is your read. That's what I have for you, and I wish you love and life. Take care.